welcome. A fresh start, a joyful journey, waiting to begin. New questions to be asked, embraced and learned. Answers to be discovered and then lived in this magical journey of delight and self-discovery. A very warm welcome, good morning. On behalf of the school management and staff, I extend a warm welcome to our director, Mrs. Avinash Kaur, our principal, Mrs. Poonamji Kaur, the head of the junior school, Mrs. Sarika Sharma, the enrichment head, Mr. Deshna. I extend a gracious welcome to our dear parents. We treasure your partnership and support in all that we do. Childhood is not about how quickly a child learns to write or count. Childhood is a small window of time to learn and develop at the pace which is right for each individual child. I now request our director, Mrs. Avinash Kaur, to share her thoughts with us.
Once again, everyone, good morning. I welcome you all to the new beginning of learning, growth, and unforgettable experiences. Every new session brings new hope. Hope to learn new things, hope to do more, hope to work together. I am confident that our teachers will do their best to ensure our children learn the best. I urge all the parents to stay connected with us and see the positive change in your child. So let us work together and support our children and make this year successful. Good luck and congratulations all of you.
Thank you, dear ma'am. Your words of encouragement mean a lot to us. We at SWS believe that the art of teaching is the art of awakening the natural curiosity of young minds. We acknowledge the fact that schools and homes have shared goals, and both are committed to nurturing of the young children. Leadership, they say, is the capacity to translate a vision into reality. Our director, Mr. Sandeep Singh, and our principal, Mrs. Poonamji Kaur, need no introduction. They are our pillars of support and strength who continue to inspire us to achieve excellence. Thank you, Poonam ma'am, for creating a safe and a welcoming environment for our students at school. Your vision, compassion, and commitment to the well-being of the students is truly invaluable and makes a difference. Thank you, ma'am. A leader is the one who knows the way and shows the way. Our dynamic head, Mrs. Sarika Sharma, is always there to support and guide us in all our endeavors. A heartfelt thank you, ma'am. We're proud to share that the school has been awarded the Outstanding School Award in Punjab for Excellence in Education. Can we have a huge round of applause? We owe this to you. We believe that children are the promise of future, the assurance of greater things to come. It is a well-known fact that a strong foundation in the formative years plays a vital role in fostering lifelong competencies. The child's experience of learning in the foundation years has a profound influence on their learning abilities. So let's together nurture their innate potential and make them confident, competent, and caring. As we begin the new session, we would like to thank you, dear parents, for entrusting your precious little ones in our care, and we hope to instill in them a love for learning, making their journey at Smart Wonders a delightful experience. Everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. We at SWS believe every child has a different learning style and pace. Every child is unique. Now, capable of learning but also capable of succeeding. Our curriculum focuses on the well-being of the child in all areas. We strive to develop an enthusiasm for learning by nurturing creativity, curiosity, a sense of wonder, an eagerness to learn, providing them a stimulating environment and empowering young minds. The NEP 2020 envisions a fun-filled, stress-free, uniform, child-centered learning for all the young children in school. It envisions an integrated approach for the foundational years, where children are going to love learning through experiential learning. Our curriculum framework provides stimulating experiences for the child's development in all dimensions. Cognitive, that is thinking; affective, that is emotions and feelings; the psychomotor, that's physical and kinesthetic; and the social emotional spheres. It encourages learners to inquire into new concepts by building upon their prior knowledge and experiences. Tell me and I forget. Teach me and I remember. Involve me and I learn. We create an environment where the children are led from the known to the unknown, where they learn by exploring, discovering, creating, and reflecting. I can give you tools to reach the dreams that you have inside. Various activities like think, pair, share, role play, read aloud, picture talk are used to initiate learning and mold our young learners. I believe that to teach effectively, you must touch their hearts long before you begin to teach their minds. We begin the day with greetings and morning rituals, followed by engaging and interactive lessons. Children are engaged and exposed to wonderfully bright and stimulating learning areas. With a holistic, student-centric, interdisciplinary approach to education, our curriculum centers on identifying the unique talent and potential of every child to nurture them so that they can blossom. It aims at developing skills and competencies. Language development is crucial in the early years. It supports the ability to communicate, express, understand. The key components of the foundational literacy are oral language development, decoding, reading with fluency, and comprehension. Children start with phonic sounds and then move on to blending words and framing sentences. Reading is an important ritual that is followed at SWS. The children start with phonics, move on to decoding, that is sounding of the words, and then making connections with visuals. Children are given plenty of opportunities to practice listening, speaking, reading, and writing through interactive activities such as audio videos, role plays, conversations, and presentations. They are encouraged to express their thoughts through writing. Childhood, they say, is a time full of fascinating stories that spark creativity and imagination. Storytelling plays an important role in language and cognitive development. Stories are a powerful tool for teaching kids about the world around them. Teaching kids to count is fine, but teaching them what counts is the best. Foundational numeracy means the ability to reason, to apply simple numerical concepts in daily life and problem solving. Children use numbers, concepts, and skills to explore, discover, and create. Children are naturally curious. We help kids understand why the environment is important, provide them with building blocks they need to live an eco-friendly life and sustainable life. Kids are encouraged at SWS to research, investigate how and why things happen. There are shortcuts to happiness, and dance and music is one of them. Each discipline of music, dance, and art engage a child's brain, body, and emotion in different ways to encourage their confidence and find joy in self-expression. It's not about winning or losing, but to learn about teamwork, learn about sportsmanship, learn about discipline. Sports help children develop physical skills, get exercise, make friends, have fun, learn teamwork, learn to play fair, and improve self-esteem. Life skills and general knowledge go hand in hand with growth and development. It also helps the children in their abilities to communicate, comprehend, make certain choices, social connections for themselves, and know about what's happening around them. Assessment aims at early identification of learning gaps. It is to build knowledge and skills through a variety of ongoing activities and assignments. The weekly reviews will be conducted for concept clarity. This academic session, we endeavor to equip our young learners with the 21st century skills for a positive transformation. These skills will empower them to confirm, collaborate, think critically, laying the foundation for a successful future. We'll be sharing the e-calendar on the school pad. Our students thrive in an environment of collective pride and achievement. It is heartening to see each child bloom, each one with a different hue, a different fragrance, a different persona, and yet so unique in his or her own special way. So let's take a sneak peek into all the vibrant events that have taken place throughout the year. You've all been a witness to this, parents. It's time for us to stand up and cheer for the doer, the achiever, the one who recognizes the challenges and does something about it. Our little one rights have made us proud by bringing laurels to the school. When learning creativity blossoms. When creativity blossoms, thinking emanates. When thinking emanates, knowledge is fully lit. I now request the head junior wing to take us through the facilities, rules and regulations of the school.
Thank you, Manmeet ma'am. So I think we've already been in school, that is my kids, they've been in school. So there's not much, just that I want to reinforce that whatever had rules and guidelines we've set in school, it's time that we just follow them, and that's how our children will become better, by being more punctual, by being more regular and consistent. So this is just, we are all aware that the swimming activity has started, and from this year, 15th of April, we start the swimming. So a lot of mothers are quite happy. I think children, I have made them sit in a separate room. They would have actually been cheering. So they had their picnics and all, but yes, with more of children becoming and the COVID being a little far away from us, we will be including small visits. Of course, our children did last year. We will try to bring more of such trips and day tours, so that our children have learning even while they are away as a group. So this is what your children enjoyed last year. The school canteen continues, and so it's just that I'm just reiterating all those things that last year we were following, but if there is something that needs to be rectified. So here I just want to request that please don't make calls at the reception immediately to provide your child with certain eatables from the canteen, as it's not, it disturbs the entire working, and we have to look at the child. So please purchase the coupons at the beginning of the session, and then as and when you need, the child just has to carry the coupon with him on that day, and the things are provided in the convenience in the class, so that the child doesn't have to move out anywhere.
Ma'am, the coupons can be bought during the session also.
Yes.
It's not that only in the beginning.
Exactly.
You can come on any day and buy the coupons.
So while you are coming to school, or so you can always go and purchase the coupons, because that's a very easy way. You just have to give it to the child and things are being provided. And if there is an emergency in any case that you feel that, so we will entertain, but that we need to keep at a minimal. So it cannot be that I forgot to make the tiffin and all. In case there is something, so please do let us know. We already are following the recap policy. Here it is just that now class 2, the change will be that these children, they will be having reviews throughout the year. Only their final assessment now will take place. So last year they did not have any final assessment. So this is like a progression to prepare the child to be equipped for this class and subsequently for class 3. So during the finals, they will be having an assessment. All circulars, all information, all sorts of communication. The platform is SchoolPad. Please let's wean away from the WhatsApp groups, because WhatsApp was still, we needed to connect online, but now the teachers are not using their mobiles during the school hours. So anything that you pass on to them will not reach on time. But anything that you convey through the school, I would say communicate at the school reception, if it's imperative to reach out immediately. Otherwise, the platform will be SchoolPad. So we are going to slowly move away from WhatsApp groups. So your dependency should be more on SchoolPad for any kind of communication, and SchoolPad has also become a two-way communication. So you can send us all your leave applications, queries, anything that needs to be addressed through the SchoolPad. And of course, if it's something that can take a little while and it's something that you need to just inform the school or ask, Then we have the email, so where I think most of you are dropping us your queries, your concerns, and that is actually looked into in a better way. So just wean away from WhatsApp groups. Once again, I would request that help your child to pack the school bag and get only what is required, because from the school's end, the teachers are making sure that whatever is required for that day or the next and even during the weekends is being sent in the school bag. But sometimes we see that children are carrying heavy bags itself. The weight of the bag itself is very heavy, and then the stationery, water bottles, they are very, very cumbersome. So let's try to reduce all these added, accessories in the school bag. The lighter that they are, the better for the child. So let's get the heavy bags. So here I would request, because every time in the school, whenever we have your feedback forms, mostly parents tell us the weight of the bags, yes, they are very heavy. But the person who is actually responsible is actually you only, because we at our end try maximum to check them, and then maybe if the practice goes on for a long while, then we inform the parent also. Let's do away with it. So the check here should come from your end, and we'll definitely help you out if sometimes by mistake. Children do tend to carry a lot of color pens and all, whatever they buy extra at home in the bag also, by sneaking away from you. So that kind of a check we will be informing you. One more thing is that if you want your child to take leave, please let it be for the whole day, because when you ask, the child comes to the school for say an hour or so, and at your own convenience you want to pick the child for any reason, it becomes very difficult. Firstly, because the child gets disrupted within his activity or classroom teaching. We have to locate the child, maybe he's somewhere at another venue, he's in the dance class or the IT class or wherever. So we should avoid. So in case you need the child to be away from school, let it be the full day. Let's avoid half days. Basically the senior children still avail it, because they have very focused periods and all, so they know where to do it. But as a practice, just avoid taking leaves for sending the child only for the review and then taking the child back. So like ma'am shared, we have a very comprehensive school calendar. You all are aware. Last year also we had a working. So the only changes last year, our calendar was based on the Sustainable Development Goals. This year, because it's the upcoming that we need to equip our children with skills, so it's themed at the 21st century skills. So what happens in the e-calendar, all our activities, our assemblies, they get targeted towards those themes, and that is how we ensure that the entire school is following the theme that we have put in the calendar. So the monthly note continues to be as such, which will give you an idea of the academics, the activities, the competitions, whatever events to take place during that year. So that will be shared on the first day of the month as it is. Remedial classes, yes, we've been telling you, but we have very lean, I would say, response, because sometimes the parents are not able to drop the children to the school, and that is how. But still I feel that it's a good practice, at least if you can take out that little effort to drop your child. If you feel he needs an individual attention by the teacher, we are most welcome to help the child actually come up to the pace of the class. So a little effort from your side and lots from our educators will help the child to be at par with the class. Timings. So class 2, the timings stay the same, just that we need to follow and ensure that everybody is entering the class before 8. So if you drop the child at 7:50 or 7:55, the child can comfortably reach the classroom by 8, because 8 the teacher starts taking the attendance. And since we have the ERP and we need to send it digitally, so we understand that anything beyond 8:10 in the classroom creates a little confusion, because the attendance goes to the ERP for marking, and you might get a message saying that your child is not in school. But actually the child came late, so he missed his morning attendance. So just to ensure that everything is in place and the school and the class doesn't get disturbed, we need to do a little exercise of 5 minutes early practice of dropping your child to the school. And here, so this is actually not for class 2, because by class 2 our children are already, so we can move to the next slide. Health and wellness, we are all been aware that we have a school nurse, and she takes care of all the first aid that needs to be done in school, and after that we inform the parents and the needful is taken care of. You all know that we do not administer any kind of medication, so please don't make request that we should give any kind of medicine in the school, because that's not what we do. And in case, so once again you must check your contact numbers, the emergency contact numbers, because sometimes we keep calling but we are not able to reach out to the parents. So in case on days that you're not, so one phone number that you give to the school office needs to be functional at all times when your child is in school. ID cards, very important for child to wear. Yes, I understand the child by now must be knowing his one contact number and the home address or the residential address, but still it's important that we have the child come to school with his ID card, and also the parents when they come to pick their child from school, or in any case if any guardian is coming to pick the child from the school, the ID card of the parent has to be there with them. So the uniform, there's no change. It goes on as it is, only you need to ensure that the uniform is proper, prim, neat, and children are coming to school every day in a good attired uniform. Birthday celebrations, once again. So in the last session also I thanked my parents. Here I don't want to tell you anything, but I really need to extend my heartiest gratitude, because last year we just requested you not to send goodies on birthday celebrations, and most of you have abided by it. So we still continue, and we appreciate your cooperation, because we want to make birthday celebrations very simple in school. So just 2 candies with your child, and we have lots of blessings and wishes for the child on that day. 2 breaks. One is the fruit break. So by now I think most of the children have also understood they can't get away, and I think even the mothers. So it's a good practice just to make it a habit to have healthy snacks, and another break when they have the lunch time. So without your involvement and without your cooperation, we will not be able to give the child what we intend to. So it's always been, I think, without saying, your support and your cooperation. And I need to mention that there have been some turbulent times, but we have sailed through, and you people have understood us so well, because things happen, and that's how when we understand each other, I think we relate to the issues that might come on both the ends. So with your cooperation and with your understanding, we once again move on for yet another joyful and successful year of learning and togetherness. So thank you all for being here, and support your child and just give positive reinforcements. Positive reinforcements, I think our children are already formed. We don't need to go on for such practices. So just 2-3 things that I need to tell. One is the school pad forms the basic platform for communication. Number 2, we always share a PTM feedback form with you. This is something where most of the parents don't understand and they feel that as if the school is troubling them, bothering them by again and again sending them the same form. But believe me, I just want to make you understand that what is the process and why we are so insistent on getting it done every time, because it's based on concepts, it's based on the written homework, it's based on the kind of feedback of your child in concept clarity, written work, your activities conducted in school, the housekeeping maintenance, the transport. Every time you send us a feedback, all that feedback is now collated. It's made into a data. The percentage is taken out. So every parent should understand that the school is taking a lot of efforts to understand where the prick is or where is the concern area. Every feedback that goes, any area of concern above 5% of the parents' feedback when we receive is put as a concern in the PTM discussion in front of the management. And that is where your role comes, because your honest feedback helps us to know whether a particular educator is not performing well or whether an area is not actually working towards the optimum. So we identify that and start working on that. So next time, that is going to be soon, just maybe in the first week of May, we'll be sharing you the feedback form. Take it very positively and understand that this one practice of yours for maybe 5-7 minutes helps us a lot to understand where we need to work for the child. So that is why I explained it in so much of detail, that a lot goes after you actually share your feedback form. So I would request that most of my teachers keep requesting you to fill up that form. Now it would go in one go. So thank you for that also. And one more, I think, pain area you people keep feeling is that we ask you to share your Google reviews. We always, believe in sharing a good morning in the morning. What is that? Just to make the other person feel nice, or maybe to, pass on your positivity. So whenever some good remarks, comments, or something comes from your side as a Google review, it just motivates and encourages us here, so that our educators, our staff, all of us here want to hear what was good that we did and what is that actually good is happening. The bads that are happening, for that the coordinator is there, the head is there, and principal is there, and most of all the management is always there to listen if you feel there is certain area which is disturbing you, which is not working as per maybe how it should be. So for the Google reviews, whenever we make a request, be very positive that it's only for you to share your good feelings with us. So I think with those little pinpricks that actually we keep sending you, but they are actually endorsements from your side. I thank each one of you again and wish another year of lots of success and lots of happiness for our children. And now I request Mr. to give you a few, I will not say words of wisdom, but she's always giving you tips how to actually go ahead.
I will take some tips from my parents. They
Yeah,
are the
sure.
young lot. We need parenting tips, yes? So it's exactly noon. So good morning and good afternoon together, I guess. Afternoon. So lovely weather. Thank you, parents. A whole lot of you for taking out the time and being with us. It is always nice to see the children, and I think they have been taken care of. They are with the teachers, and of course the parents and some grandparents. I hope ma'am is okay. She'll be okay. I love that confidence. Yes, she will be okay. She will be okay. So it's very nice when the whole family is involved, because there's I think a famous Chinese saying that you all must have heard of. It takes a whole village to raise a child. So, and given the times that we are in, we are living with just single parents or just father and mother. The nana and the nani and the dada and the dadi concept is not there. But the children who have their grandparents with them, amazing, lucky children. So even if the grandparents are not there, the school is supporting. We have good friends and neighbors. That's very important. So even a set of parents cannot raise their children. They need the support of the community, the school, the grandparents, all the masis and the chachis and the tais. That's very important. That's why the Indian culture is so beautiful. In the Western culture, it's just uncle and aunt. Here we know masi is maa ki jaisi, right? So it is so important to have all the aunts and uncles and relatives to raise the children, and that's how we treat the children in our school. We are there for the children and we are there for you. And of course, whenever you have, like ma'am said, whenever there is any concern, please approach the right person. Please meet the coordinator. Please meet Sarika ma'am, the head. And if that doesn't work, you're most welcome to have a cup of tea with me. Or coffee, whatever you prefer. Yes, we do have cups of coffee, and that's the best way to solve any issues or problems, right? They don't happen on the Google. Google Baba is not going to help solve your problems. Yours truly will in her office. So come and have a cup of tea with me, and come with your spouse, not the village. Yes? The village will help you raise the child, but the village will not help you get the principal to listen to you. I will listen to you if you come and meet me with any problem that you have, or the coordinator or the head, right? So let's keep that very clear. We are here to help the children. We are here for the children. And if what you are saying, and you'll always say what is good for your child, and I will always say what is good for the children, and that is my job. So we will ensure that whatever you are saying, we will incorporate as much as possible of that into our systems, and that is how we are growing. Every year we edit, modify our rules, regulations. We get the feedback from the parents. Parents suggest, please do this, this could be good. So ideas come from everywhere, and we would love to have a very participative parent lot. And believe me, we are very open to any feedback. Critical feedback is good because you are thinking and you are advising us. So constructive criticism is appreciated, because there should be a solution along with what you are saying, and we will look at what is the best possible solution always. So I tell my teachers, don't come to me with problems, come to me with solutions. So let's look at all the solutions, and whatever is possible, we will do that, because you need to understand that you as parents also can't do everything that you want in your own house also. Yes? So this is an organization which has some fundamental rules and regulations set into place. So for us to change things, we need to also look at what are the rules and regulations and follow them, because exceptions will always be there. However, we don't want to make the exceptions into the norm. Yes? So if there are rules and regulations for the children, there are rules and regulations for the staff, there are rules and regulations for the principal, there are rules and regulations for the parents also. So I advise all of you to follow them and help us create that environment of discipline, punctuality, respect, because respect is something that is mutual. It's not a one-way traffic, yes? So if we give the other person respect, we get the respect. We have to teach the children that they need to respect their educators, and for that, you need to respect the educators, because believe me, you would be wasting your money if you are criticizing the educators at home in front of your children. Because after that you need not pay the fees, since the child will not listen to that teacher if the child has heard you criticize that teacher in front of your child. So all these conversations that you need to have should be in private, and in front of the children we always praise the person from whom we want them to learn something. Respect the guru. And if you feel that somebody is wrong, have a conversation with that person, that teacher in private. Yes? Or if that does not work, then the coordinator, the head, and then I am there. So please believe that we cannot have a different personality ourselves and expect the children to be different. Yes? The children are little mini us. So, these old sayings are very, very actually apt and true. पुराने ज़माने में आपने सुना होगा, लोग कहते थे जे कुड़ी देखनी है तो ओदी माँ नु देख ला, है ना? जे मुंडा देखना है तो ओदे फादर नु देख ला. Why? Because the children will be just like their parents. Because we learn, we imbibe by watching. If I want my children in my class to be punctual and I am reaching the class late every day, can I stand there and tell the children, why are you late? So it's very simple. Whatever we want the children to do, let's first start doing it ourselves. We want the children to respect us, love others, love animals. Let's start doing that ourselves. We want the children to be honest, truthful, confident, own up to mistakes, take accountability, responsibility. Let's do that. Let's show them. See, bache, I did this and I accepted. So let's say more sorries and thank yous ourselves, and the children will learn it themselves. So every time parents bring children to my office and I give them a chocolate, who's the first one to say thank you? The parents. To me. But maybe they're not saying thank you enough to the children at home, because the child is not used to saying thank you. The parent is saying because they're feeling conscious that the child has not responded appropriately. But if that had been a norm in your house, the child would not need any prompting. And that is something I can tell you from experience. I have raised twins almost single-handedly because my husband's an army officer, and they do exactly what they do at home. So whatever I did, the way I speak, they speak like that. Whatever my value system is, it's their value system. How I treat the help in the house, they treat the help in the same manner. So, you want to see children, see their parents. So, let's introspect and look at ourselves. How patient are we? How honest are we? How respectful are we? And how do we respond to authority? Because the children are supposed to respond to some authority in the classrooms. So are we teaching them, no, you have to question everything, or you have to think out of the box? These two are different things. We need to teach the children that don't accept everything. We are talking about concepts, not rules. Every organization needs to run on rules, otherwise there will be chaos. Yes? And this is not a country that we are running it on democracy. However, this is the only school, believe me, if not in the Tri-City, but I'm sure in maybe the north or even the country, we have 14 fully functional committees which take all the decisions for the school. I might be the chairperson, but I don't take the decisions. The agendas are set by the committee in charges, and the committee in charges are people who are the leaders of that area. For example, if you talk about the anti-bullying committee, which is a CBSE mandate, the vice principal is the in charge of that committee because she is the senior wing head. And most of the time, maybe the bullying is generally in the senior wing, right? And the mandate says that the vice principal, the CBSE says the vice principal should be the chairman. We have Manveen ma'am sitting here. A lot of children with special needs are entering the school in the foundation years. So who is in charge of the inclusion committee? Manveen ma'am. Why? Because she is dealing with that on a daily basis. If we get somebody from the senior wing who has never seen a child with special needs, it's not going to work. Yes? So this is the only school where we have 14 functional committees, starting from the safety and security to the dispersal to the Safe Vahan, which is again mandated by the government, right? To POSH, POXO. Then we have our inclusion. The special educator is the co-in charge. Then in the anti-bullying, we have the counselor as the co-in charge, right? Then we have the activity committee, because we have so many activities in the school. I don't decide what they have to do, when they have to do, how many children, what is the venue, what is the budget, no. So we used to have an activity coordinator, and in fact ma'am has just gone out. Once she comes, she is the enrichment head. So we have hired her as the head of all the activities that happen in the school from UKG to class 10. So anything and everything that's happening in the zero period, the assemblies, the trips and tours, your children's grandparents' day and Mother's Day, and all whatever we are going to be having, the theatre fest. So ma'am is going to be looking after that. That's in the foundation years, and of course everything else that happens in the school. So she is obviously the head of the activity committee, right? We have the staff grievance and redressal committee, as is supposed to, and it is a fully functional committee wherein the CAO, that's the Chief Administrative Officer, and the HR manager and the heads of both the committees, both the wings are part of it, right? Along with the male member from the admin. And then of course we have any committees that I have missed out? The core committee, the academic core committee, that's the strength of the whole school. All the HODs are part of it. From the foundation years, we have the class in charges. Am I right? Anjali and Dolly? So they are class in charges of class 1 and 2. They are part of the academic core committee. All the coordinators and the heads, and obviously I am part of the core committee. And what happens in the core committee? All the curriculum is discussed and decided that what should be the flow of the curriculum. If this is being taught in class 1, what should be taught in class 2? So till class 2, Manveen ma'am looks after the flow of the curriculum with the class in charges. However, from 3 onwards, 3 to 10, I would like to tell you, we have individual HODs, heads of the departments. Right? Ma'am, I was just speaking about you, so ma'am, please come here. So Sudeshna ma'am is the enrichment head who will be looking after all the activities in the school. The whole activity department reports to her, and she is heading the activity committee. I was just telling them about the committees. So when we talk about the core committee, we have the HOD timetable also sitting in, right? In charge of the timetable, and the HOD examination also sitting in. Why? The cross connection is there. We are talking about a curriculum which also needs to be assessed. Your children will also have the final exam. Now that they have come into class 2, as ma'am said, so there will only be a final exam, not to, stop them or judge them, but to see whether all the the basics that were needed to be learned, the concepts, have they understood them before they move to class 3, because everything is built on each other, right? So The examination department also sits in the core committee. The timetable department sits in the core committee because the curriculum then has to be transacted, right? We have to do the period bifurcation. If the Punjabi teacher, the HOD tells me, ma'am, मेरे 3 period काटेंगे, बच्चे ज़्यादा पंजाबी लेंदे हैं 9वीं 10वीं च, तुसी हिंदी नो तो 6 period देते, ते मेरी पंजाबी नो तुसी 4 period देंगे. So then I have to listen to her because she is right. So we discuss the period bifurcation. We discuss how that period bifurcation will affect the other periods. कौन से period को कम करना है, कौन से period को बढ़ाना है, किस classes में किसकी ज़रूरत होती है. I don't take those decisions. The committee takes it. Can you get more democratic than that? Because it's simpler to take the decisions yourself. Believe me, my life would be so simple. Yes, I would just do that work, ma'am. ऐसे ऐसे करके आपका काम करके मैं घर चली जाऊंगी 3:30 बजे. यहाँ पे मैं 7 बजे तक होंगी. I'm here till 7. I've left at 10 also once. And people laugh that, is that a school or a corporate sector? You know, why are you in school so late? It's because it's difficult to get work done and get everyone onto the same page, which I try to do with you parents also. It's not one person's, you know, the Punjabi teacher says, I want 6 periods, but I have to look at the maths and the science also, and the English also, right? And I also have to look at the CBSE mandate. The CBSE says 4 sports period in 9th and 10th. Where are we going to get it from, right? So, there is a lot of give and take everywhere, especially in a school. Schools are not what they used to be. Yes? I mean, I remember in my whole life, I never went to the principal's office. My parents never went to the principal's office. God Almighty. I mean, who went to the principal's office? Now we all interact. It's not a bad thing. It's such a wonderful thing. My children come. The children in this school, Smart Wonder School, walk into my office. That's commendable. That's confidence. I have children walking in saying, ma'am, you know, that child is troubling me. That child is bullying. What will you do about it? So then I speak to the head of that wing and say, let's, you know, discuss. Kya ho raha hai? What's the problem? So, core committee, and of course I spoke about the timetable. So timetable committee is separate. We have most of the maths people there. We have the examination committee, again a lot of maths people. And I think I've covered all the committees now. Transport I've covered.
Safe
You know, that
Vahan,
goes
Safe
safety,
Vahan.
arrival and dispersal and Safe Vahan. The 3 come together. So we have 14 committees that are functional, with the right heads in place, and they all have a co-in charge, so that nobody says that person was absent, so we didn't have the meeting, and blah blah blah. So that is important. Your children are in a school where we do not, one person doesn't take the decisions. We all work together, and when so many minds are applied, obviously one person can make a mistake, 2 people can make a mistake, but a quorum of 10 or 15 people cannot make the mistake. And everybody has the right to speak. And everything is documented in the MOMs. Believe me, your companies would not have such airtight MOMs as we here at Smart Wonders. Come and have a look sometime. Right? Ma'am was talking about the PTM process, the feedback. A lot of parents who come and meet me, I show them the process. Google form comes in 8%. If 8% of the parents say we are dissatisfied with something, it's highlighted. I have the whole file. Yes? I take a report. We make a action plan. I give my recommendations. The director approves them and they are implemented. The next meeting we start with the MOMs of the last meeting. What was done, what is pending. We are very clear. Processes have been put into place, and we have 60 of them in the academic team and around 100 in the admin. Nobody gets to do whatever they want to do. There is a written process, and we have training, so we do a lot of reiteration, because if you have a rule at home and you don't follow it, or you follow it randomly, आज दिल कर रहा है तो dinner 7 बजे के पहले खाना है. You know, nowadays we are not going to have dinner late. But कोई बात नहीं, आज का दोस्त आए हुए हैं, चलो आप 10 बजे खा लेते हैं butter chicken. Yes? So that's not a rule. exceptions are okay. But if we randomly enforce something with our children and randomly decide, no, today it's okay, I'm not feeling sleepy, so I will not put my child to sleep, that doesn't work. Rules or procedures have to be followed regularly for them to be rules and procedures. Otherwise, they are just our wishes, right? And anyways, you all know that to make something into a habit, like the thank you also, it needs to be done regularly for a month before it will become a part of your personality and habit. Otherwise, randomly हम किसी के घर गए and we say thank you बोल दो, the child will go back and forget. So we are trying to inculcate these values and these procedures because these are the life skills that your children actually need, and you will thank us. Every school will teach ABCD and maths and EVS and numbers. You're not sending your children here for that. You're sending your children here for literally that holistic development of the child. And for that, we as parents need to be accountable also, because the child does spend more time with you than with us. Yes? So we couldn't possibly be responsible for every good and wrong thing the child does. Yes? So we all have to take the shared responsibility and accountability. And of course, I vouch for my teachers. They are, I'm sure they'll say, "Ma'am, पीछे पड़ी रहती हैं. ये नहीं हुआ, वो नहीं हुआ, ऐसे क्यों बोला, वैसे क्यों बोला?" Because it impacts the child. Every word that we speak, every gesture that we do. If the child has come to me today and I say, "मेरे पास अभी time नहीं है, wait, let me do this," or "I'm on the phone," or "I'm this or that," that will leave an impact that you will not see. The child will not say anything. He will come 2 or 3 times more and then he'll say, "Mama doesn't have the time for me," or "My dad does not have the time for me." The same goes for the teachers also. The child will ask once, twice, thrice. Then the child will feel there's no point because the teacher is not responding. So it's for everyone. We can't point fingers at anyone because 1, 2, 3 are pointing at us and one is pointing at God. So who are you going to shoot? Yes? There's no need to shoot anyone. We have to work together, hand in hand. We cannot work without you, believe me. I don't know whether you can work without us, but we cannot work without the parents' support. And we are open to listening. Believe you me, the amount of listening I do, my son says, "Mama, you should be a therapist. You should become a counselor." I said, "I am a counselor. That's what I do the whole day. That's my job." So running a school is like counseling the children, the teachers, the housekeeping staff, the parents. We have to do that. And for that, I also need. So you also must have heard this, that all good counselors or therapists go to a counselor. If they're not, then they're not a very good counselor or a therapist. So I have my own very personal lawyer cum counselor at home. I'm a lucky woman. Yes? So have that somebody whom you can talk to, you can take advice from. That is very, very important. Right? So all the best to all of you, and looking forward to an amazing, amazing session. And thank you. So I think we have tea, and like I said, I'll reiterate, please come to my office anytime you need any support. I'm always there, unless of course I'm in the director's office discussing something or fighting for my children, yes, or asking for something. Ma'am is not here, so I can say that. Edit kar dena, ye isko nikal dena. Yes, sir.
One observation.
Yes,
This
sir.
is not related to the orientation.
Absolutely, sir.
This time it happens that the session break was so much.
All right.
It was 3 to 4 weeks.
Thank you. It is every year.
It's every year.
It's
but
every year.
I don't know. I felt this time.
Yes, because you had to manage your child on your own. That's why it seemed very long. जब बच्चा स्कूल जाता है ना तो हम बहुत खुश रहते
I
हैं.
have one suggestion regarding
Yes,
this. I
sir.
think
You
that
see
time-
last year's calendar, so it's not an exception, but I
sometime-
understand what you're saying.
Sometime it felt more.
Yes.
I have a
It's
suggestion that during that period,
Handshake.
maybe if you can keep for a couple of hours or 3 to 1, just make child to come to school and learn something in addition to their vocational knowledge and all that.
Okay.
I think that would help. One thing which I have realized, my daughter is in 5th. She moved to 6th. I think she came to me and Papa, I have to choose the enrichment activities.
Yes,
and
yes,
so
yes.
मैंने बोला जिसमें इंटरेस्ट है बच्चे को कर लो
हाँ जी,
but she was not sure what to do because she
Okay.
don't know what exactly she is going to do in all these things.
No, but that I will not,
Maybe-
because we had a proper session here.
No,
Fine.
yes, maybe
You
I
had a
think
proper
that
session.
during that
Good.
period, that break,
Yeah.
you can tell kids, okay, this is what we are going to cover in this is how you can do something in this. But this is one of the aspects you can teach, and maybe you can teach them life skills or something else. I think for the kids,
Yeah.
because I feel this is, a
I've
big
understood
disconnect.
it
big
seems
disconnect,
long, yes.
Big disconnect.
Yes. No disconnect. The children need to also de-stress, go to their nana nani's house. We used to do that. Go to their
But it's very tough for-
grandparents' house. Go to the village. Yes. They need to see rural life also.
Everyone
it's
need
okay.
a break. So
No, my teachers don't get a break, by the way. So let me just tell you. So if I show you the itinerary, so starting of February, I make an itinerary till the start of the session, that is the 3rd of April. Every single day is choco-block of who's going to be doing what and where they're going to be. So if we are sitting here with the teachers of class, foundation years and the heads, the senior wing is having their IT training, right? And yesterday, after the orientation of classes UKG and 1, we had our committee trainings because, like I said, it's not a sham. So if we are doing something, we are running something, we have to train. And people should know what it is and what is their job. If there is some harassment that is going on and my teachers don't know, what is the procedure of POSH? What is the point of having that committee? Right? So believe me, sir, the moment they finish the last exam, from the ending of the last final exam, whether it's the junior wing or the senior wing, to the starting of the session, every day is choco-block. I actually a lot of times wish I could just manufacture one day that would just de-stress us and give us that little leeway, because everything goes to the next. We are not leaving the school before 6 o'clock. If the children come, we'll be leaving at 9. Yes? So if the children need to go for some activities, there are so many things out in the market where they can go and learn different skills. Now, if I get these teachers to start doing that, and for that we'll be getting money, I don't want that. The teachers need training.
But I think, don't you think it is more safe to come? For
It
kids
is.
to come to school than go outside
It
consulting?
is, but then
Maybe you can charge for that or you for
that's
outside
just,
consulting.
that's just what I said. But we don't want to charge.
I would request to have a separate decision. It is all day. It's a working day. So yeah, that's
So we don't want to charge, sir. We have proper trainings. Every single day is blocked. We have to train our teachers. We have to train them on the SOPs that we have. We have to have our orientations. We have the staff orientation first, then we have the parent orientation. We have to close all our files. Can you imagine how many files there are in the school? So 16th, the PTM finished. 17th was a Sunday. 18th, everybody was closing all their files, so that 19th we could welcome the new staff and give them their profiles. This is the only school which has a profile, a proper profile for every designation, including the gatekeeper, along with a checklist, which is submitted monthly to their reporting manager. It could not be more process oriented. It's not a personality oriented, and I vouch for it. If I am not there tomorrow, the school will run just as smoothly, because everything is process oriented, not personality oriented. These things are not happening because I am getting it done. It is supposed to be done. So it doesn't matter who's at the top or any other level. So that is my request to you, that, but we will try. We've already looked at it. We will try to move our exams a little more so that they have more time. And that is something, though the calendar is already made and the e-calendar is already on the website. However, we will push the examinations for the coming session. So in 2025, in February, we will push the examinations a bit. That has already, the feedback has already been received and we are already working on that. That's how quick we are. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you everyone for coming. Please have a cup of tea and love you all. Thank you. Love back, right?